Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Alarm off. Cat alarm. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear. Whole town tuned in, bring your coffee over here. Down locked in, yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, moves you can follow. Traffic and the weather, what's popping at the school. From the block to the boardroom, we keep you in the loop. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch to the car bustle, keep it light, keep it real, keep the hometown muscle. Turn it up, let the whole crew know you rockin' with the community wake up morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali. I am Miss Damali.
And I am Uncle Charles.
And we're here to deliver news you can use, culture, and conversation that moves the community forward each and every morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody out there in Radio Land. Today, our theme is creating opportunities. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and to connect community every single day.
And the vision is a stronger, smarter, and more engaged community.
Hey, Taco Tuesday.
Yes.
Is in the building. Day 2 of the week. We are here.
Yeah.
Never fear. We appreciate y'all all tuning in locally, nationally, and internationally. We're here this morning, and we got a loaded, tremendous show for y'all today. So we appreciate y'all tuning in on NYCU.FM radio station where we play today's R&B and them throwbacks. You also locked in and syndicated locally on KBOB 89.9 FM where we get to tell our story our way. And we also on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. But you got the best seat in the house right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on the Historic Greenwood. You sit on Damali shirt.
Yes.
Y'all at grandma's table, and we got the good stuff for y'all today. We serving up some special Damali. How are thou is?
You know what?
Feeling.
I am doing pretty good, despite the fact that I drove through the smoke storm on my way into the office today. Yes.
Oh my God.
You know,
it's still going on.
Still burning. We came to you guys live on yesterday. So earlier in the day, because we were running around doing all the things that we do and just all the things, we had no idea that this was happening. But last night, because when the night time comes and you see the glow, then we actually saw the Tulsa landfill is on fire.
Right. It is.
And when we say on fire, it is on fire.
Yeah.
And so we actually went out and we covered some of it last night and did video of it. So you can go on our Facebook page and you'll be able to see that video from last night. However, this morning, now y'all know I'm just barely making it out of sinus jail. Just barely. I just got one pinky toe out. And this morning I go through and it's just all of this smoke because it's still burning. I mean, it is still burning. So shout out to Tulsa Fire Department. We got Sperry Fire Department.
Right.
We have Rolling Hills Fire Department, all of them, and the Oklahoma National Guard. They're all out there trying to get, make sure that they keep this fire contained and keep it under control. We understand that there is one emergency responder that has had to be taken to the hospital on yesterday. So he was transported by IMSA. But, so prayers for everybody who is out there trying to make sure that this fire stays contained because it is so hot.
Yeah.
And it is so dry that, this can get really bad really quick.
Yeah, because all it takes is a little spark.
That's all it takes.
And a little wind.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what happened in California?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it burned forever. And it seemed like it almost tried to burn all of California down.
Absolutely.
So never take fire for granted. Look, at my house, I've been tying together my water hose. I got a bottle of water. I went and got baking soda. I'm getting stuff that don't even go with the fire. I'm going to get peroxide, bleach.
Anything. You're going to blow your house up.
And that's what I start to think. I'm like, Charles, you're putting too many different chemicals
Too many
together.
things.
And when you don't know how chemicals go together because you're not a mad scientist,
right.
You don't know.
But
nevertheless, if you're going down 75 right about 56th Street, just be aware of that's going on. And another thing that you don't get into no car accident trying to look.
Yes.
Either.
Yes, don't do that.
Because you got curves all right there. You got a bridge right there. Now, we don't want to hear about no accident this morning when y'all trying to get to work at 8 o'clock because people hitting their brakes because you be thinking it's a car accident.
Yes.
People see something, everybody start hitting their brakes. Somebody not paying attention. Somebody
and it's really smoky. There's because
smoky.
of the way the wind is blowing the smoke at one point in time, like right past 66th Street North, between 56 and 66, it is like really, really smoky right there in that area. So you got to be paying attention for real.
Because you know who I saw?
Who's that?
I hadn't seen them since the early 2000s. What's the 99 and the 2000? I hadn't seen Smokey the Bear. I seen Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear showed up.
I seen Smokey the Bear down there by the fire. When the last time Damali? See, our producer probably don't even know about Smokey the Bear. You know about Smokey the Bear?
Yes, I do. Don't do me.
I saw Smokey the Bear. He had his hat on. It had Black Wall Street on it. I said, Smokey, he said, you have to come down here when a certain amount of smoke brings out Smokey the Bear.
Yes.
But nevertheless, man, y'all be careful out there. Damali, I'm so excited for our community. I'm so excited for the development. I'm excited because the kids going back to school, and it seems like parents are excited they leave in the house.
Yes.
Because the refrigerator done took a beating over the summer. The kids been snacking. So it's like they're ready for them to go back. But what about you, Damali? How you feeling about community right about now?
I'm feeling pretty good. But another piece of news that I found out today or yesterday was that the mayor Monroe Nichols is saying that they're going to keep all the splash pads open until Labor Day because it's so hot.
Good.
Typically once it's time for school to start, then they shut all those splash pads down.
Right.
But because it's so hot, I think yesterday got up to like 103.
Yeah.
Here in Tulsa. So because it is so hot, he was like, no, we're just going to go ahead and keep those splash pads open.
Is this still officially summertime? When does fall kick in? When is that?
I usually don't think about fall until like September,
September.
Yeah.
Like next month. Got a few more weeks.
Right.
But yeah, it's hotter than hot. So here's another thing y'all need to do out there. Make sure y'all stay hydrated.
Yes.
I'm seeing a lot of first responders on side of the road with different people. And for the people, I'm going to pray for y'all that's out there jogging with hoodies on. I don't know what the movement is.
In the world?
But if I see one more person jogging with a black hoodie on, I'm like, oh my God.
Why?
But you know what? Maybe they know something that I don't know.
There's some
Maybe
secret
it's a
sauce.
it's an air conditioner in black hoodies or
Could
something.
be.
But man, when I see people, I mean, it's the full outfit, baby, and I'm like,
Mm-mm.
man, either you trying to be Rocky Balboa, or if are you training to fight somebody?
Listen, I don't
y'all
care
be
what you're trying to do.
careful
Y'all better be careful
out
because it's
there.
crazy out there. Also on yesterday, we got the amazing opportunity and shout out to Drexel Academy.
Come on. Yes.
You know, if you guys don't know about this school, so it is a private school right here in North Tulsa.
Right.
It is just right at MLK and 36th Street North. We were invited over yesterday for their prayer walk.
Right.
And I was like, prayer walk, we're going to be outside. It's hot.
Ooh,
No, we weren't outside.
Yeah.
We were actually inside. And what they did was invited pastors from all across the North Tulsa in particular. But then there were several, because we had pastors from Transformation Church.
Right.
And some other churches that actually came in and joined in, and they just actually prayed for the school, prayed for the teachers, prayed for the students, prayed for the parents, you know, prayed for Tulsa as a whole. You know, as we send our children back to school, most of the children are going to be starting school on Thursday. And so they were just praying for just, you know, the educators and making sure that we just kind of, you know, surround them, you know, and put a
Right.
hedge of protection around them as they go back into the 2026-27 school year. And I thought it was very nice.
Right.
Pastor Scotty Gordon, the Tides,
Yeah.
both Brenda and Tommy Tide, actually, Apostle Layla Codwell.
Right. She was there.
Just a lot of different pastors. Pastor Brown from over at Greater Union Church. Just a lot of pastors from out of community. Chloe Allen, I believe she actually works at the school.
She does. I
But
saw
then
Pastor Rodney Gray.
Pastor Rodney
That's
Gray.
fine. Yeah.
So shout out to, and we don't want to forget anybody, but those were just the ones that we can remember, you know, just call off, you know, off the top of our heads.
Yeah. Shout out to State Representative Ron Stewart.
Yeah, I did see
And
Ron. I
former
didn't get to
Senator
speak. I didn't get to
Kevin
speak to
Matthews.
him. Yeah, and I didn't see Kevin Matthews.
Yeah, it was a lot of people sprinkled
Kind
in
of over
there
on the. Oh yeah.
out there for the kids. They probably like, is that Charles and Damali? Because sometimes when you see people in a different location where you're not
Exactly.
accustomed to seeing them, you don't really recognize them
Yeah.
as much. But see, I'm nosy.
Like,
'Cause
who up in here?
I got to know who's in the room.
Right.
So I'm looking around, but nevertheless, y'all, they don't even know they got the praying. At some point, I'm like, y'all praying for me.
Yeah, we was at church.
Let me tell y'all something, because let me tell y'all something. We all need prayer. We
Oh,
need
my
to pray
gosh,
for our
yes.
kids.
Mhm.
We need to pray for our community. But one of the pastors, man, he said something. I won't say which pastor,
Mhm.
but he did mention that when he moved here
Mhm.
45 years ago,
Yes.
that all churches was really flourishing.
Mhm.
And he just was naming them off. He was going Morning Star. He was going to Met Church. He was going this church and that church. He was just talking about how all churches mainly was just really busting at the seams with
Mhm.
how many people was in church. I can just go back to just when I first moved to Tulsa in 2000.
Right.
And all the churches was loaded at that time, Friendship Church and all of these churches. But he said something that made me sit back and think about it, Damali.
Mhm.
We probably got close to 300 churches in North Tulsa?
Probably.
And he was saying that there's probably only 3 churches, 3,
Mhm.
that has over 150 consistent members right now,
Wow.
based on what it used to be.
Mhm.
And when he said that, I was thinking, man, you're right. You know why? Because I remember when I came here, this is how I know. Now, don't y'all laugh. Now, y'all stick with me. But see, all the KFCs used to be packed after church. All the
Right.
churches chickens.
Mhm.
You know, think about it, Becky. You leave church and you go get what?
Chicken.
You go get. Molly didn't even fight it. You
Chicken.
go get you a bucket of chicken for the family with some coleslaw, mac and cheese, but potatoes with gravy and all, with the biscuits, with the honey.
Mhm.
Take it
See,
home
I
and
didn't do
eat.
that. So, but
Or somebody got something in the oven.
yes, that was me.
But think about how active it used to be in sun. You would see people out all over the place. It is not like that anymore. You really, to be honest, Damali, a lot of times I can't even tell this Sunday on Sunday no more. You know, the buzz is gone.
Yeah.
So what has happened, Damali? What's going on?
Well, I think that a couple of things that we talked about with Dr. McIntosh, because we actually got an opportunity to sit in his office and just visit with him for a little while, just talking about, you know, the prayer walk, and then just talking about, you know, some partnerships that we're trying to put together, and just talking about community. And one of the things that struck me was when he talked about church hurt.
Ooh.
And he said, we really didn't delve into the church hurt.
Church hurt.
But there is a lot of that going on because people are entitled. There's a sense of entitlement with people, period.
Right.
People feel like they can say what they want to say whenever they want to say it to whomever they want to say it. And we're just supposed to, take it, as, oh, okay, well, that's just how they are. Well, sometimes your words, you just need to keep to yourself, and that's one thing that I have learned. And if people know me, then you'll know. Sometimes, people will say something and I just won't say nothing. I won't respond. And people are like, hey,
Right.
why come you didn't say such? And I'm like, why? Because at the end of the day, if I say something, if I say what I'm thinking, then we probably will never be friends again.
Oh, so what you're saying is for you to say what you want to say, you would have to sit the Holy Ghost on the side.
I might not have to even sit the Holy Ghost on the side.
He just gonna leave you?
I might just be keeping it 100. And it might not be a situation where I have to embarrass you, but if I tell you.
But you got to remember, if God is speaking through you, it's going to be in love. So if you're going to start cussing, that means the Holy Ghost.
But it might not be no cuss words. It might just be the real, I'm just telling you the real deal, Holyfield, about you and
give me an example of the real deal.
No.
I just want to know. Give me a snippet of it. I'm just trying to see. Do you run and hide?
You could.
Or do you?
You could.
Yeah.
But I'm sometimes people just say stuff, just because I'm the first lady, I can just say whatever I want to say. And I'm not, talking about all first ladies, but I'm saying sometimes people have a spirit of entitlement because I have a title, because I'm doing this in the church, because I'm the church armor bearer. I can say what I want to say to anybody in the church I want to say.
That ain't love.
And that's not love. And so then, then people are like, you know what? I don't need this, because this is the thing. All of us are grown.
Right.
And why do I need to sow seed into a ministry where people are constantly jabbing me and stabbing me? You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do that. So I can just keep my seed.
Right.
And I can keep myself at my house.
Well, you got a couple things going on. You have your own personal relationship with the Lord.
That part.
And I think sometimes people can go to church, and if you don't fall out, if you don't run, if you don't do what they do.
Turn a couple of backflips.
And do all. Yeah. Everybody have their own relationship with the Lord.
That's right.
Some people can sit there silent the whole service and be more connected with the Lord than some people doing some of the other stuff. But however you decide to praise and do whatever you're going to do, it's okay, because that's your personal relationship. So when people come and say, hey, you need to go, you done went too far.
You done went too far.
You done interrupted my praise. You don't know you don't even know what a person had to get through just to get to church.
That part.
You don't know what people got going on. So this is what I always try to say. My job description basically says love God and love God people. So I'm hopeful if you ever run into me and Damali that we've never treated you harsh or treated you no kind of way. Because the thing her and I talk about all the time, we pray, we send people each other scriptures every morning.
Every morning.
To talk, to read, to pray. Because when you get out here and you're trying to help community, the first thing that you can do to hurt somebody is the way you treat them, how you make them feel.
And your mouth, just sometimes it's just not even worth.
You got to be careful.
Just be silent. Yeah. Just don't say nothing. So I really work hard. Like yesterday, I was laughing because Charles and I do the same thing. Charles was like, I'm filtering my conversation, what he was thinking. Because we try to filter what it is that you say, because I never want to be disrespectful to anyone. And like I said, when I was a child, I was bullied just because I was different.
Can we do this right quick? Just because sometimes if you do something spontaneous and random, you didn't get a chance to just think through it all, then you just get a real answer, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people on the live. We got a lot of secret listeners as always. Maybe some of the secret listeners jump off, but we met like 30 of them yesterday. But anyway, we love y'all. We love the secret listeners. Because Marquis said something yesterday that's just been sticking with me, is he said that 50% of the people are not going to like you.
They don't like you anyway.
No matter what you do.
Yep.
That means whether you do good, bad, or indifferent, it don't matter. 50% of the people not going to like you anyway. Then he said the other 50% of the people that you help all the time, you may not even know who they are. Some of the people that you impact the most, some of the people that you influence the most, you may not have any idea even who they are, which I think is big. So that's kind of been sticking with me a little bit. But here's the thing I'll ask, and we can just move on, because they said that yesterday. Is Damali, if you give churches overall today, and I'm actually y'all on the live to say the same thing, and when you say the grade, you're not talking about your church, so don't nobody pastor come knocking on none of your parishioners' doors, because that's not what we're doing today. But what we're saying is, real quick, as we get to the affirmation and move on, what grade do you give the church today, August 2026? If you got to sit back and look at the churches as a whole, what grade do they get, and why do they get that grade? Is the question. Damali, I'm gonna start with you, because ladies first, and this is the perfect time to allow ladies to be first. So if I got to pivot and get out the station, I got time to run. But Damali, and I'm asking y'all on the live too, it's a lot of y'all on, what grade do we give the church nowadays in terms of, we'll look at it around what they do for community, what they do at church, what is the impact, whether it's saving people, whatever it is, whatever criteria you look at. But how do you feel? Because the community and the church, the community is supposed to be, and this is the lens I'm looking through, the community is supposed to be a reflection of the church.
Right.
So when Charles Lamont is giving Charles Lamont's my middle name. So when some people like, hey, Charles Lamont, well, really, I'm Charles Harper, but I didn't really want to be on Facebook or Instagram. And I said, you got to really be my friend. And if you know my middle name, then you're my friend. But back to the point. When I'm looking at the lens, when I give the church a grade, is that your community should be a reflection of your church. So if you got the nice cars and the nice Cadillacs and the pastors got all the big, nice homes, but when you leave your church, what does the community look like? That's how I'm looking at it. That's my personal preference. Y'all don't have to do that, Damali. You don't have to do that. But what grade, and I'm actually out on the live, and y'all gonna jump in, y'all gonna leave us hanging, I'm gonna be like, y'all not welcome back at Grandma's table. What grade did you get at church, Damali, and why?
I give it a D.
Golly, Damali. Damali, Lachey Wilson.
That is not
that
my
ain't her
name.
name. My bad, y'all. I said that over last month. In Tokyo, said that to Damali Lachey. My bad, y'all. Don't say that to Damali in Tokyo or China.
Right.
But anyway, you give the church in August 2026 overall. We not talking about our personal church. We talking about just the church as a whole.
Right.
And you love God and you love people and you pray and you do all of that. Damali, a Christian woman, you give the church right now a D. Why do you give the church a D? That's you're not even passing.
Yeah. No.
What's up?
I think that because I still see a lot of churches as cliques. They're real cliquish, so it's like the haves and the have-nots. You not reachable. The administration and the church board, and it's like they're up above everybody else. They are looking down on people, instead of just loving people where they are. One thing that I can say that I hear a lot at our church is the church is like a hospital where that sick people are there trying to get healed, right? So if the church is like a hospital, why are we judging people? If a sister comes in and her dress is a little too short, then you got the cacklers over here.
And that's the only dress she got. She just got that dress yesterday.
Exactly, at the Goodwill.
But you don't know that.
So then you make all of these judgments about that person. Or if sister so-and-so is talking to brother so-and-so, look at her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't even know what we talking about. You don't even know. You don't even have any idea, or because I am who I am, whatever my title is in the church, then this is why, or this is the other thing that I've noticed. You get delivered from something. So you used to be a drug dealer, or you used to be a womanizer, or you now married to your wife and been married to her for 30, 40 years. But what did you do to get with her? We don't talk about, I was, we was cheating, she was married. I was, doing this, that. You don't talk about that.
The testimony behind it.
Right. You don't talk about that piece. But then when somebody else is going through that season, instead of being there to try to support them, you talking about them.
Yeah.
Sometimes your mouth just shut up. Just stop talking.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest thing. It's the church hurt. It's I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to put my best foot forward. I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to love people. I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do as prescribed by the good book. But I can't even get that done because in my process, and everything we know is a process. In the process of me doing that, then all I'm doing is being cut down and towed down until finally I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay at the house. period. I'm just going to stay at the house because I don't have time for this, because if I were to respond the way I felt like responding, then now I'm all of these other things, right? But so it's just like, you know what? I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for hypocrites in the church.
Right.
And so that I think that's one of the biggest things for me is that and I think that's why a lot, like most of the young people that I talk to, we don't go to church.
They be like, no,
nope,
no.
Nope,
I be like,
not doing it. No way, Jose. Because what we see from the Christians, right, the elders, is they're doing one thing and they're condemning us about what we're doing, but then we see how they treat people, see how they talk to people. We see how they, snooty and in their own little corner, looking at everybody crazy. And, they're like, no, we ain't got time for that. We want really for you to be real.
Keep it $1.
Keep it $1, or we ain't even got time to fool with you.
Man, for me, Damali, that's a rough out. Now, we coming to the live after this. What grade did you give the church, and why? The beauty of this show is we, local, national, and international, we all over the place, so we can deal with churches in different areas, because it might be regions where people doing much better. Man, my grade for the church 2026. I'm going middle of the road. I'm going C-.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go C- because I do see some churches, some pastors, some leaders trying. And when I say that, to be honest, sometimes I go across the waters to a pastor Kaperi in Uganda. When I see a pastor that's out in a village of 1,300 people, taking medicine, feeding people, got a church, building homes, creating a water system, young man only 30, he knows everybody's name, he knows the kid's name. I don't see no judgment. I don't see that. Now I have to go across the water. Met a pastor in the UK. Same thing. But man, when you get to the United States of America, I had to go with a C because it's the reason why. Because when you go back to even before I was here and I see the pictures of the church in the 60s, you could tell that's why our community was strong. You could tell that the pastors was on the front line, not behind the line or not even in the line. And that's why back then we dressed a certain way. We act a certain way. That's why fathers was in the home. That's why mothers was mothers. That's why that was going on, because the church was the beacon of life. The church is where you went. If you was hungry, you go to the church. If you're dealing with drugs, you go to the church. If you're going through something, you go to the church. But it's tough now when the church doors swing open. Because people gonna look at you and they don't want you to, they may not want you to sit by them. Just keeping it 100. And so it's tough because, again, I said I'm looking from the lens of look at our communities all across this country. And I'm looking at the lens of our community should be a reflection of our church. So if we don't have no grocery store, if our schools is at the bottom of the pit, if when something going on at City Hall, no pastors are there to speak for the community. Half the pastors might not even go vote. And I can't even be judgmental toward them. But at the end of the day, I'm in Tulsa. And the bottom line is when I see big things going on downtown and there's the fight, the last people I see a lot of times are the pastors. You may see 200 people out there and 2 pastors. You may see 300 people out there and 3. And not even on the front. You behind other leaders. So in your community, when you get to church and say be led by the Spirit, you don't want to lead the community by the Spirit because you don't want to lead then. When these crazy laws are passed, when they don't want to teach our Black history, you know what I mean? When we fell in, where's the Spirit then? You see what I'm saying? So that's why we was doing better 50 years ago. Yeah. We was doing better 50 years ago than we doing now. So it got to be some accountability because you can't have this without that. You know what I mean? You got to put the yang in there. Right. So it's tough for me to have to say that because, when I think about church when I was growing up, Damali, I smile. I feel good in my heart. I can remember Miss Corrine. I can remember Miss Goodwin. I can remember the Sallys. I can remember all these people because I'm going to BTU. I'm going to choir practice. When we was youth, we ride our bike. We run in the church. We got the lemon cookies. We got the cupcakes. If we need a jacket, one of my Sunday school teachers gonna buy us a jacket. We got all this stuff going on. But now,
where is that?
Damali, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. And here's another thing. And I know that we live in some different times. But guess what? When I was growing up, all of the church doors was open at all times.
Yeah.
I'd be riding my bike. I done got thirsty. I stopped by the church. Ain't nobody in the church but me and the water fountain. Because I respect the church. Right.
And we don't have respect for the church now. You know, because people out here stealing copper out the AC units, and they do it. That would never even be a thought.
Never.
Back in the day. Like, this is
you
the
know
church.
What? Because the community protected the church.
That's right.
Because the church
Was
protected the community.
That part.
So when people don't feel like, so when you and a pastor can come by and the community will cuss like the pastor not even there. But back in the day, true or false, Damali, if you was now, we got to keep it $1. If you was listening to DJ Quick or Snoop Dogg or somebody, but if you got ready to ride by a church, what would you do?
Turn the music down.
I'm turning the music off. Because what we're not going to do is play Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Driving by the church at 3 a.m. when nobody is around. Because church was so different that you would hold yourself accountable when nobody was around.
Right.
Church was like this when I was in high school and shouldn't have been in the club, but it's too late. I had a fake ID.
Yes.
I'm getting home at daybreak.
Yeah.
But I'm in the shower and I'm changing clothes because guess where I'm headed to?
Church.
I'm heading to church. I'd never miss church. I never need, even though I might have been, but church made me feel welcome. And so that way I could work my way back so that I can still now raise my kids in the church. So I know we harping on that a little bit, but when we went to Drexel yesterday and I saw all those pastors and when I heard those stats, it just led me to say that maybe a lot of our problems and issues is because we got to find a way to get the church back on the front line because they not even in the line.
That's sad.
They're not even in the line. That
is sad.
Go to a picture, y'all. Go to the 1960s and look at a picture and let me tell you something. The whole front line, the entire front line is pastors.
Yeah.
And then you got the women and the children and everybody else.
Yeah.
True?
True.
Now go find a picture in 2026. You got community leaders. You know, they might or might not go to church.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Who's to say? But nevertheless, I think we just ran up on something that's critical. Let's go to the live. What grade and why? And be fair and be real, because what we can't do on the community Wake Up, we ain't judging nobody.
Nope.
We just calling a spade because we work with the Pastors Coalition. We connect with all the pastors last night. We knew all of them. So we're just saying the reality is I'm 17 years in community. Damali 15 years in community every day. Look, the altar is our parking lot. We praying for people in cars, in the parking lot, at the Oasis, over here. People just run up. We praying for people all over the place. Babies grabbing, we walking them around. That's every day because we're in the outside of the walls.
Yeah.
You know, but this World One development is part of World One for Christ. So what you're still getting is Christ when you see us.
Right. You
just dealing with food distributions and after school and spring break and all of that stuff outside of our church walls. But you still got to know when you see us, you still seeing the Lord. Is that cool?
You know, our theme today is creating opportunities. And I think, and it's so, like I keep saying, it seems like every day our theme matches what it is that we're talking about, but it's accidental. Like we don't plan this stuff. It just really happens.
Right.
Which means that this is divine, that, you know, there is a word or a message or a theme or a thread that, you know, needs to be transmitted, you know, over the airwaves.
And there's another thing too. You think when you little, your pastor was always at the school supporting activities and stuff too. Your coach, your pastor, you might have to getting mad because at a football game or a basketball game or a track meet. So you got to remember too, those kids that didn't have fathers all had their pastor, man. Everybody, the pastor was everybody's daddy. Back in the day, when your daddy slipped, the pastor would be there for your dad and there for your mom without trying to be sleeping in the next room. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. All right.
We don't go to the live because Charles just totally interrupted my thought with his sleeping in the next room.
Hey, look.
Okay. So we got Uncle Brian who's watching.
Uncle Brian, what's going on?
Dominique Harper is on. He says, "Good morning, community Wake Up family."
My bro is up.
John Prince is watching.
Big John.
AJ is watching.
What's up, Mr. Energized?
John Prince says, greatness. Keep that work coming.
Man, we got to have it, y'all.
Richie Anderson is watching. He says, good morning, everyone.
Cousin Richie.
Katina Walker is on. She says, good morning, y'all.
What up, Katina?
Uncle Brian says, good morning, guys. Breaking news. There's a troll out there, last name Tatum. He is a Charlie Kirk disciple who is a true black person who hates black, which is a stranger because he is black. And the only reason I bring him up is because he posted a video claiming that the Tulsa race massacre was the fault of blacks and that we shouldn't believe anything that black people say about this. Damali, I sent you the link. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to check that out. We might have to talk about that tomorrow.
Look, I done already seen it.
You did?
I always stay on the Black Wall Street underground. I'm always on the Black Wall Street underground, seeing what's going on. And I don't even want to give the guy no love. I don't even want to share. That's what I call a speed bump. Mm-hmm. Because we live in a day and time where attention brings you money.
Yeah.
And when I feel like what you're doing, and I understand, man, let me see the mic. You make you have to be accountable, right?
I know, right? Because when we start looking up, we be like, okay.
If I start looking up,
we batting out words.
Look,
Take that one out.
When I start looking up, the Lord be going, God.
Yeah, don't say that. No.
Hey.
No.
Love, no hate.
Right.
Love people. What you say, spread more love than hate. Hey.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'll call it a speed bump, but I seen it, Uncle Brian. I checked it all out. So you notice I haven't shed no light on it.
Yeah.
Because man.
Because some people say stuff and it dies for a lack of attention.
And here's the thing too.
And especially when it's a falsehood.
And let me say this. When you've never been here.
You don't even know.
Hold on. Yeah. When you've never been on Black Wall Street, when you haven't felt the ancestors, when you haven't felt that breeze, when you haven't felt that tingling in your feet, when you haven't seen the red birds, when you ain't got that lens, then it's hard for us to talk and have a conversation.
Period.
So first come to Black Wall Street.
Period.
And walk around a little bit first. And then after you do that, because I needed to do that. I didn't know, but when I went over there and you feel like something is doing this.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
When you see the red bird and you know what the red birds and the blue birds and the crows, you know what this stuff mean, then now I'm not going to get into your things that you say and do.
Yeah.
And see there, the Lord did good. Now the Lord's going like this.
Good job, Charles.
So let's move on.
All right. AJ says, good morning, family.
What up down there in the J-Bone Lounge, Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Terrence Rogers is watching.
Terrence Rogers, welcome to the show.
Cousin Pearlie says, good morning, family.
What's going on, Cousin Pearlie?
Uncle Brian says fall doesn't kick in until after Labor Day.
So that's September, like you said.
Yeah. Rosalind Williams said good morning.
Roz, what's going on, buddy? Roz is something, huh?
Yes.
Roz. Man, Roz.
Yes.
Roz, I'm just gonna say, look, certain people you just say their name twice. You go Roz, and just leave it at that because you know when we say your name twice, you know you're doing something good. Yeah.
Mr. Larry is watching. He says, good morning, family.
Good morning, Mr. Larry. Welcome to the show, brother.
Marquise Dennis is watching.
Marquise, I'm eating cookies and I'm going overweight right now.
Oh, yeah, right.
All them cookies.
We're going across the street to crossover.
And Damali done went and bought some chocolate milk and white milk, 2% milk. What I'm going to do with this 2% milk? Anyway, let's move on.
Mr. Larry said it's crazy because I remember pastors and church leaders. He said, start telling the parents if you don't come to church, don't just drop your kids off. So kids quit coming to church because their parents was not coming to church. That's true too. But do you remember there was a time when kids would come to church and kids would draw their parents to church?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now it's like, if your parents ain't here, you can't be here.
Yeah, I was at that age. I remember the parents be like, I'm taking you to church, but you're going to the club. Mm-hmm. But you're going to the club.
And look, like I told you guys, and I ain't ashamed about it. There was a point in time after I had gotten divorced, and me and my best friend Kawan, we would go to the church. Mother Willis would watch our children. But the deal was, I'm going to watch y'all children tonight so y'all can go worship the devil. But in the morning, you better be dressed and ready for church.
I'm glad I didn't grow up in the streets with Damali because Damali will say your name over the line. Well, me and my friend Kawan was like, I just left the altar Sunday.
Everybody know.
Everybody don't know.
Everybody know.
Girl, let me tell you something.
If you live in North Tulsa, you know.
Well, but the problem is we local, national, international, people listening from all over the country, Arkansas, Florida. I'm just saying.
They don't know anyway.
I'm just saying the mic.
But Marquise Dennis says, "Hi, give it to him, Damali."
What up, Marquise?
Uncle Brian says also people don't support churches anymore because church is not the lifeboat it used to be. And a lot of churches are not helping people anymore because church has become a business instead of a way station for the broken and lost.
See, Damali, see, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough because the one thing we know, and I don't know, Damali, it's tough because I'm not a pastor.
Yep.
You're not a pastor.
Nope.
But back in the day, the one thing we had to do was tithe. And I used to be mad. I'd be like, Mama, all I got is $1. But get the 10 cents and take it to Jesus.
Right.
Mama, all I got is $10. Well, you gonna take $1 of your 10 because the whole family gonna sit and tithe. So now when little Johnny ends up in a situation, I can see why the pastor's like, come on, because something happened, you passed away, something happened, unfortunately, because your grandma tithed for 50 years, then your mama tithed for 30. So when something happened here, but see, that's a slippery slope.
I think the other piece too is if you feel like, some people may feel like, why am I going to put my money into something that's not benefiting me? You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not giving my money for the pastor to buy a new Cadillac.
All that, but I think all that is navigating us away from the Lord, though.
I agree.
Because now we're trying to figure out what man was doing, man trying to figure out what you're doing. So what happens is the person that we all should be looking at, because I went through season when I was tired and went through season when I wasn't tired, and I'm back. We all go through that from time to time. Now, if you're a person that always tired, then God bless you.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, when bills get tight, you be like, I'm going to get back to tithing now because I'm not going to get into what you should do because I don't know what you got going on.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, if you're a pastor, I'm just saying, and you got 100 members and 5% of them tithe. But then for whatever reason, 20 of them get whooping cough. Where you going to get the money? I mean, because the chicken dinners and the potato salad cost something. The stuff still costs something. And I think that, too, back in the day, and I hear something, like it's a mic out or something, that might be my phone or yours. But back in the day, this is my 2 cents. It seemed like the pastors didn't have as much. Is that me? And it seemed like nowadays the pastors might be thriving a little bit. Which is okay. Right. And I don't even have a problem with that. But the things that Uncle Brian is saying, I think is what's hanging in the back. Pastor might have said, no, I got to get paid. I got to take care of my wife and kids too. So, but then when you don't got that many people tithing and got stuff happening.
Well, but I think what is taken care of? How do you live so high above your flock? You know what I'm saying? Off of your flock.
I ain't even, you know what?
That's a valid question. And so, and I think that that's some of the questions that the young people are asking, like, why am I doing this?
I'll say this, because I think this is fair to say. I think this is fair to say. If you got 5 cars and 3 houses and you the pastor, but you got the pressure on the family that's walking to and from church and barely paying their bills, it can get tough, Damali.
Yeah.
If you got 2-3 houses and a vacation home and 5 cars and eating chicken every Sunday with hot sauce, Louisiana hot sauce, who's not the cheap stuff. Because we got to put some comical to it because we don't want it too much. But I'm saying, Damali, it can. That's a mom with 4 or 5 kids that could be like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to church.
Yeah, this church ain't for me. Yeah.
The church might not be for them because, you know what I mean? The pressure is on, but I'm in such, my lights are turned off and I'm still tired. But if you got 3 houses, a beachfront property, and 5 cars, and then when something happened at City Hall, you ain't even speaking about education. You're not even down there about economic development. You're not even anything that would help me even.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on, Damali.
Yeah, I agree.
And so is the community speaking through their action? Because action speaks louder than words.
Yep.
So don't nobody have to get mad. The proof is in the pudding.
Yep.
So if people not showing up, that's not on the people, that's on who? Because God is still speaking.
Yeah.
But who is his representatives?
Ooh.
And what they talking about?
Who is his representative?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes. Uncle Brian said, why should you care if people like you or if you're doing the right thing?
You just human and got feelings at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Some people are mature enough to be there where Uncle Brian is, but we've all at some point were not that mature.
Yeah.
And we all at some point wore our feelings on our shoulders. And some people mature beyond that and some don't.
And I'll just say this, the older I get, the less I care about what people think. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's maturity.
It's just like
you understand who you are and whose you are.
Right. I understand that the reason why I did it, you might interpret it this way or my actions this way, but I know what my intent was. So I don't really care if you know what my intent was. And I don't have time to explain it to you because I got other stuff to do. You know, and so I think I think that's one of the things why I remember when we was little kids, you know, like the elders would just say whatever, you know, why your pants look like that? You look crazy. Or, you know, they would just say whatever. And you just be like, man, I want to be like this. So I can't wait till I get to that age.
Let me tell you another thing too. And we ain't going to be, this is not a religious show, but that's the day. Cause here's the thing.
It was a prayer.
Think about this though. Think because this is just how times change. You go back in the day when I was in school and probably my parents and you going back, you had a lot of young girls in school, 16, 15, 16, going to church with kids. And when I go back to that time, I can see whether mothers was there for them and it was not judgmental.
Right.
If you 15, 16 and have a baby now, I don't know where to tell you to go. Because judgment is, can I be honest?
Yeah,
and then you add social media to it.
Oh, God.
And I just think people go hide and close the blinds when you just you are making a mistake. And I wouldn't even say I always say babies are blessings.
Yes.
I always say that. So if you ever, so it don't matter what's going on. I'm always going to say that because words are powerful.
Right.
But I'm just back in the day, you can go back a lot of times. People was having babies at 15. They wasn't married yet, but it seemed like the judgment wasn't there. But nowadays, it's tough. You have a baby and you 16. Whew, it's where do you go to church now?
Yeah.
When what you said exists. It already ain't that many people there. But most people gone.
Yeah.
So you only got a few people in the church now. You open up the door when you 15, 16, instead of, hey, baby, come on in here. What's going on? How you doing? How can I help you? Hold on. It's too many questions.
Too many questions.
Let me call somebody.
And these questions are coming from people who done walked the same road that you
already
walked.
did it.
Yeah, so now because I'm there, I'm holier than thou, and I'm, casting judgment on everybody else. And it's like, whoa. And then the thing about it is when the youngsters realize that, then now they got a problem with you.
Right.
Because they're like, wait a minute, now you talking about me like a dog and you was the biggest drug dealer around. Or you was a prostitute, or you was whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the judgment.
We can just all agree to this, that I gave the church a C-. The Molly gave the church, and your grade is going down. The grades was higher a few years ago. It's going down the other way. So wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go back to the live, y'all. Our bad. Come on. This is a family affair. It's a community, and we trying to figure out, because our hope and our goal is for the community to move the needle forward. We're already struggling with not want to teach the history, struggling what's going on in school, struggling with economic development. So we got to figure out what is going on.
So I'm gonna go back to the live here because there are some great.
We can't even do the affirmation.
So,
it's 45 seconds.
I know because everybody's in here. Okay, so Uncle Brian says the grade for most churches are still very, very low, between D- and F, because very few churches support people without a price tag.
I'm sweating now, y'all.
Oh my God. Uncle Brian also says that people need to stop censoring people for telling the truth. If it's not about you, why are you so scared about what they say if it's not about you? Marquis says, so you just had to bring up my recovery drug dealing past and my womanizing past.
Marquis, get up out of here. Look, see, it be your own people.
Be your own people. Your brother says he gives them a C-. He said, we are not handling the least of these according to the script.
Oh, see, don't get my brother started. He was sleepy.
I'm giving you snaps.
He probably was sleepy.
But boy, you done got him started.
How do you handle the?
Yeah.
Boy, come on, little bro. Look, we both gave the same grade, so this in our DNA.
Okay. Donnie said it's more what you do and education status or talent. Delivered, sanctified, and real do not matter. That's what I'm saying. Katina says, speak on it. Marquise says his grade is a D minus.
Come on, Marquise. A D
He
minus,
said,
Mark?
I grade them on influence. He said churches do not have near as much influence, and that's due to a lack of trust because of all the things that you are talking about now. Katina says a D.
Man.
Uncle Brian says, and please stop being critical about who you love, how you live, or what you do to survive. If it is not hurting others, it's not hurting you. How does it concern you? This is what I say. Whatever floats your boat, just don't float it near me. If you're doing something that, if you a drug dealer, cool. That's your business, because you got to answer to your Lord about what it is that you do. Just don't float it over here, because I ain't trying to go down with you.
But to me, all the stuff that we're saying, because people have whatever they're trying to overcome. I think everybody's trying to make it. But I just think at church, you just have to feel that love.
Absolutely.
If you don't feel that love,
yes.
If you don't feel that respect, if you don't feel appreciated, Damali, then that, to me, that's going to always be the problem. Because all this stuff we saying now, it existed then.
That's true.
This is not new stuff. The same stuff we talking about now is the same stuff from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. It's the same stuff, because what they say, there's nothing new
under the sun.
Under the sun. It's the same stuff. So it's just
yes.
And pastors, look, the community Wake Up love y'all.
Yeah.
Let's say that first.
So do.
But the beauty of a platform like this, where you got local, national, and international
talk about
people,
us.
Then we talking about us and what us assists need to do, because sometimes, you know what, Damali? You don't know what you don't know. But y'all share the live, forward it to your pastor, and say, Pastor, see what community. We talking about what the community is saying.
So Uncle Brian says, Charles, I'm out in the community just like you, and either you have x-ray vision or you have rose-colored glasses, because the church is just a building, not a place of worship anymore.
That is not good.
That's not good.
If it's not a place of worship.
Katina says, say it. AJ says, I give the church a C. He said, there's just as much disruption inside the church and outside of the church. Everything changes to where church is the only inside a building and not ministering inside the church and not ministering outside of the church. So there's a lot just not happening. Elvis Stewart is watching.
What's going on, Fred, down there in Little Rock?
Uncle Brian says, Damali, you have a very organic show. It breathes and it lives through us. So let it breathe.
Yeah, that's it.
Donnie says, you talking good, Miss Wilson.
And he ain't not going to just say that.
Right.
Yeah, if he's saying it, he mean it, because he's saying it with his chest.
He said, and Harper's spitting bars too. Uncle Brian says, this change for churches came when people like Reverend Ike and people like him came on the scene saying, I got mine, you get yours.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's just remained. AJ says it's not easy to sow seed when the church is not asking, but telling members to sow seed of an additional $50 or $100, and givers come up to give because God is going to bless you. You already behind on bills, and your job cut your work hours. So basically what he's saying is, I'm already sowing seed, and then you're going to tell me, now I need another $50. I need another $100. Lock the doors,
See, I wasn't even going to say lock the doors. When you say usher, get the doors.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can't trap somebody. See, stuff like that, it ends up going viral. And when young people see that,
and they're
when young people see get the doors,
like, I'm out.
They're like, oh no, get the doors, because they're ready to fight.
Yes.
You don't say get the doors. I can't leave until I. Come on.
Yeah.
Now,
crazy.
to me, that's the definition of going too far.
Too far.
You can't do that. And I think that you bring the word to people, and then you just got to let the Lord deal with them.
Let the word do what it's supposed to do.
If you bring the word, then the word, not you,
word
is supposed to do what it's supposed to do.
That's what I'm saying.
So you got to figure out how you serving up that word and how you delivering it. If you're not getting no reaction, no response, because Chris Brown and Usher getting responses.
Wow.
Why Chris Brown and Usher getting so many responses?
Facts. All right,
I ain't gonna say that. I
we
shouldn't
done went
have
all
said
up
that.
on
My
a whole
bad.
tangent because of the prayer walk that we did at Drexel. So basically, what we want to say is this: we need to be covering our educators, our students, the parents, all the administration, the cafeteria work, like everybody that has a part and a role in order to make our children the best young people that they can become. Drexel is a private Christian school.
Right.
Okay. Which means that they need dollars.
Right.
So, we're asking if you got some time to volunteer, if you're a former educator and you sit at home like, man, I just feel like my life don't have purpose no more.
Put a couple hours in a week and do it, especially if you retire. Because, people that's retired to get mad at you if you try to make them work too fast.
Right.
So
I don't blame them.
Fit it into what you want to do, because we understand you like, man, my time is served. Mm-hmm. But when you just sitting at home and like, man, I do have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, because we talked about shared knowledge, I think, a few days ago. Mm-hmm. But you may say, you know what, I'll go out a couple of times a week and help the kids, read to the kids, to do something. So if you have time to do that, that's a give back. And my last thing I'm going to say for the pastors and the bishop and the churches is, Damali, we say this all the time, I'm grateful for pastors. Yeah. I'm grateful for the churches. And just like we say on the show all the time, we all have to give each other grace. Yes. Because at the end of the day, I still know that pastors are going home and grabbing guns and blowing their brains out. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what battle, I don't know what they got going on, but I do know they still human. So that's probably why I think it's understanding that we all have struggles. We all fall short. So we all gotta still give grace, because the pastors are still part of the community, part of what we all trying to get back to. Mm-hmm. So the same grace that we're gonna need to get from the club 3 times a night to 2 times a week. To 1 time, to I'm done with the club, I'm tired. Right. So the same grace we all need. I'm just saying, let's find inroads for the pastors too. Yes. Because I love me a pastor, because I need prayer. Yes. So let's still give that grace, even though we keeping it real. Yes. Because they have to give us spankings. We not giving no pastor no spanking, because I ain't going before the Lord talking about I did nothing to the pastor. You know what I mean? But that's why people stay home. Let's just still give grace. Yes. Both ways. What Vicky Carter says, love and acceptance, I feel is like what you're talking about is so needed. Preach God's grace. Can we do our affirmation? Because we are hour into the show almost. Yes, we done went off on the test. See, we done both got on our It's their fault on the live. Yeah. We all come on the live. Well, you asked the question though, what grade do you give the churches? Look, I'm just trying to have us a good benchmark. Yes. A foundation, the reality of where we are. We on the low scale. And what's going on. It's kind of sad. But okay, so we're going to go ahead. Of course, our theme is creating opportunities. So we created the opportunity for churches and pastors to do better. Right. By this conversation that we've had. And we got a special guest live in studio. We're not going to tell y'all who it is. They here and got a fresh haircut. But we're still not going to say who it is. Right. Go ahead. Let's get the affirmation to bring us all back. Bring us all. Damali, thank you for doing the affirmation. Because sometimes you just got to bring everybody back. Yes, bring you back. Bring us all. So that's why we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So today our theme is creating opportunities. So this is what our affirmation says. I open doors for others as I rise. So this affirmation reminds us that success is not just about reaching the top. It's about helping others climb with you. As you grow, achieve, and overcome challenges, you use your position to create opportunities for others instead of keeping them all to yourself. Ain't that what we've been talking about? True success is measured not only by how far you go, but how many people you help along the way. That's what we're missing in community, Damali. Absolutely. That's what we got to get back. So the first piece says, I open doors. This means I create opportunities for others. I mentor, encourage, recommend, teach, and support people so they have a chance to succeed. I help others find opportunities. The next piece says, for others. Success becomes more meaningful when it's shared. Whether it's introducing someone to a job opportunity, helping a young person develop a skill, supporting a local business, or connecting people
With resources, you're making it easier for others to grow. I don't succeed alone. I help others succeed too. And the last piece says, as I rise. As your influence, knowledge, or success grows, your responsibility grows as well. Instead of forgetting where you came from, you reach back and you help someone else move forward. Every new level gives you another opportunity to serve. As I grow, I help others grow too. So, what does this all mean to community? Well, strong communities are built by people who hold the door open for others. That looks like mentoring young people, hiring local talent, supporting Black owned businesses, sharing professional connections, creating internships, teaching valuable skills, and encouraging the next generation of leaders. When one person opens a door, many others can walk through it. Communities thrive when people create opportunities for one another. So, the Black Wall Street lesson is this: the success of Black Wall Street was built on people opening doors for one another. Established business owners mentored new entrepreneurs. Banks financed local businesses. Professionals trained apprentices. Neighbors supported each other's stores and services. Their success multiplied because they believed that lifting others strengthened the entire community. They didn't just build success, they shared it. So the bigger message is this: every promotion, every new business, every degree, every accomplishment is an opportunity to help someone else. The question isn't just how high can I climb? It's also who can I bring with me? That's how legacies are built. So that affirmation takeaway is I open doors for others as I rise because true leadership is about creating opportunities, not just achieving success. Every person I encourage, mentor, and support helps build stronger families, stronger communities, and a brighter future for the next generation. This has been this morning's affirmation, which was brought to us by our platinum sponsor, Habitat for Humanity. Congratulations to them for being one of our premier sponsors. We really appreciate you. And we got some things coming up in the future that Habitat is going to be sharing with us. So look forward to that. But this is sponsored by Habitat for Humanity.
Damali, the way you read that, you sound like an old retired grandma that used to be a school superintendent for 25 years. Just a nice voice.
Yes.
But full of wisdom.
Yes.
So now you done turned into the female version of Morgan Freeman. You know how people that you want, like TD Jakes, people
Right.
that you just like to hear their voice read something.
Yes.
And then at the same time, you're trying to make your life do better.
Yes.
But your voice, you got something going on. That's why the Lord took your voice and gave you another one to make you shut up first.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. What I'm going to do over the break, while we on break, because our special guest we coming back with, because this person is live in studio. But I'm thinking I'm gonna ask our young person on our show what grade he give the church. And then I'm gonna let him be the spokesperson for the YNs and say what he think the grade is they give them and why. And so when we come back, we're gonna let you know that because he's half our age.
Yeah.
But because this show is not just about us, it's about finding a way to connect from generation to generation to see what they feel and think about it. We'll let you get that next. We're going to introduce our special guest, and then I'm going to win the feud and get the crown back.
Oh, God.
Today, shout out to our platinum sponsor, Habitat for Humanity. We'll be right back. Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali. We talking about the good stuff today, y'all. Y'all stay locked in. Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
That's the sound of the police.
And now it's time for the police report.
Yeah.
Lincoln X-ray 985, should come back up
The police report on news you can use with TPD Officer and Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders.
Damali, the thing that normally scared me is when they say, "That's the sound of the police." Whoop, whoop. See, when I hear that right there, it's time to run. Hey, y'all, welcome back to NYCU.FM, KBOB 89.9 FM, and on YouTube, the official World One Development News. Y'all heard the drop. It's the police report with none other than Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders.
Yes.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
We are all doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I miss y'all. I've seen y'all at a couple of events, but I haven't been on the show
I know.
for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been MIA.
Yeah, Damali said he on break.
But you back.
Yeah.
You back.
Yes.
Yes. So how has life been since the last time we saw you in the studio?
Life's been pretty good. I was with Uncle Eaton, Bobby Eaton yesterday. We went down to Gutch Green and met with some people. They had some concerns about the basketball court kids, acting up on the court. And I said, Bobby, I don't work out that way, but he said, well, I need you to come with me. You come with me. So I went out there and visited with some people, and we talked about some stuff.
Right.
You know what? And I love that, because I think that is a definition of being truly a great community police officer. Because like you said, you don't work out that way, but still at the end of the day, if it concerns community, then you're going to show up. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that, because we need to be looking out, we were talking about earlier about, taking care of our community. We talked about being at the prayer walk last night over at Drexel Academy, but that's what it's all about, is we're stirring the pot, like we're taking care of as a collective. Yeah, they may not be my kid. I don't have no kids in school, but I'm still going to go out and support.
Yes.
Right? I'm still going to be there and be a part of it. And so on that vein, over the weekend, we actually were at Lacey Park together.
Yes.
And so it was twofold for you. One, because you're a community police officer, but then two, because you're a Sigma.
Yes.
And so you had to show up. But what is that like, though, to be able to be out in community and to be able to hang out with little people and just provide additional service outside of what you do every day and the oath that you took?
Me personally makes me feel good, because I love being around people, and any way I can help them, I love to help people. And I like young people, especially people in our community, to see me as a police officer and all police officers in different lights to coming over there trying to, every time you see us, we trying to arrest somebody or we trying to correct somebody or trying to. Right. I like for young people to see us in a friendly way.
Yes.
And so it makes me feel good, and because you always have children and waving at you and asking you got police stickers and stuff like that. I like that. What I don't like though, when I'm in a store or something, still dealing with it when a parent comes to me, he gonna arrest you. I always tell grown folks.
That's the worst thing to hear. He gonna arrest you.
No, I'm not.
I didn't say that. Hold on.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Lieutenant, because like you say, we community, we take care of each other. Because me and Damali was talking, so like, man, when we ain't seen Sanders as much because your partner is gone, and we didn't forget about that. So the last time we really just kind of seen you, it was one of your partners, your comrade, the person that worked with you, your lunch eating buddy, and all of that. Yes. So how have you been doing? How have you been adjusting since Mr. Derek Alexander been gone? Because we all missed him a lot, but that was your partner every day. Yeah. So how you been doing with that mentally?
I'm doing a little better. I'm doing better. But you know what? I was like, sometimes I think about it, what he's doing. I said, him gone. I was like, it wasn't like Derek was. I mean, we was brothers as a friend, but it wasn't like he was like a blood brother or blood family member. Like, but I said, but I still be thinking about him. I still be like, dang, I miss him. And school's getting ready to start up, and I've been thinking about some of the stuff that he does, and I was like, I may try to do some of the things that he was doing.
Carry the legacy forward.
Yeah. And so, and I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna do that. I still struggle with it sometimes.
Yeah, and I asked that too because for the people that may not know, Derek Alexander was an officer for how many years?
I was 30, so he was about 33.
And most of them years he worked with you.
Yes.
And the reality is sometimes people may not, because sometimes I think people can feel like police officers are superheroes. But I just think I only been working with Damali. We've been working together for like 15 years. So people got to understand the vein of all of a sudden I can't work with Damali.
Yeah.
And y'all know how much fun we have. You know all the stuff we do. Then we have to go eat and we have to travel. And you have double the amount of time with him than we had. And I think sometimes people can forget that. But then you got to just know you always in our prayers. And we think about him too. And we do pray for you. So we just want you to know that.
Yes, absolutely. You know what? And it's crazy because
your classmate.
Yes, we were preparing, or we are preparing for our 40-year class reunion. And so to lose one of your classmates as you're on the heels of preparing, this has been tough for our class, to grapple with the idea that, he's like really gone. And this is somebody that I've known since 7th grade, and some of us in the class have known him because they did the boroughs and, the other schools that I didn't attend, but, I didn't come into his path until 7th grade, but then we took it all the way to 12th grade, Yeah. And it's different. It's a different season.
And for me, I still think I'm gonna see him. Yes. My issue is I still expect to see him. So I have to go into schools and go to games and go, I have to keep reminded, but his spirit is still there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? His spirit, his likeness, who he was is still there. So you said it better, Lieutenant Sanders, is that let's do things to help keep that legacy alive. And then another thing, I can't find nobody 6'4", 6'5", 300 either. I can't find nobody with that smile.
Right.
I can't, you can't find that. He was
cool,
just, God
watching.
Built him and set him aside as like a whole different kind of individual. Yeah. So it's hard to find a replacement. You know, he was just him, but nevertheless. All right. We'll
all right.
back.
I seen on one of these apps, they get ready to honor him doing a Booker T watching, homecoming.
See there?
Yes. You're going to be at the homecoming. So,
so I don't know how it's going to work, but I know I've seen that they're going to honor him.
That's awesome. And they should, because he was one of the greats. So AJ says that was a great affirmation, Queen Damali, for the community wake up. It's awesome and always tight and right every morning.
Tight and right.
Elliot Lyles is on, another Sigma. He said, good morning, Blue family.
Hey, you already know.
All right. AJ says, what's up, Frat? It's all around royal blue and white all day, every day. He said, Blue 5.
This is the thing about Elliot, Frat, Lyles, you be running from him a little bit because anytime he see you, he going to give you a job.
Oh, yeah.
Look, every time he either gonna give you a job, you're gonna be volunteering for something. It's some because he's all about movement and progress in the community, and that's what I love and appreciate most.
Yeah.
But when you see him, come here, I'm like, no, I ain't got time to do a part-time job. I ain't got time. I already know. I'm gonna call you next week, Fred.
Right.
But Damali, before we went to break, I said I was gonna ask, and we ain't gonna because we did a whole 45 or hour.
Yes.
But we did ask about the grade. We did ask our producer Stephen Keys the grade that he give churches.
Yes.
He said a C+ because they trying.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but the grade was really a C-. But he gonna give him a C+ because they trying. And then we asked him to speak about the temperature of the young people, which I think is encouraging. Mm-hmm. He said around a C+ because the youngsters do feel like they are trying. And that's
Steven
good.
is so optimistic. He is such a positive person. I love him.
Which is good. But Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders, now you've been out here, you ride by all the churches all day, all night. What grade do you give the churches as a police officer after how many years?
30.
30 years, 3 decades. What grade do you give the church? Because you're a church guy as well.
Yeah, I give the church a C. And the reason why, I grew up going to church. I grew up in the church, and I remember we would go to different churches, not only in Tulsa, but out of town.
Yes.
There's new people everywhere.
Yeah.
And you had community. It was like everybody come together. You would feed each other. You would do events. We used to have little sports league like basketball and softball, and just to get around. And you don't see many churches doing that no more. It's more of and then more of a performance where we got to have a big. I want to worship. I want that worship to feel good, but sometimes it seems like it's more of a performance. Like, hey, we're gonna and you don't have who do Sunday school anymore? Who's doing the teaching? Who's doing the extra teaching? A lot of the teaching, the other preachers is good to teach, but you got to have them one-on-ones. We don't. I don't see
one-offs.
You don't see too many churches doing it no more.
Right.
Who's bringing people up and rolling that Bible and let's just have a talk. We ain't gonna do no singing. We're just gonna talk about some scriptures. I don't see that too much. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And based on what he's saying, Damali, it seemed like the church is more like we got to entertain people for them to come to church.
Yes.
So you do a good entertainment, but the problem is when life start lifing.
Yes.
What you got to stand on?
So the entertainment don't help you when your lights are turned off. The entertainment don't help you when you lose your job because you can't feel good when everything is bad. It's tough. But what help you, that's when that word part come in.
Yes.
When you got a Sunday school teacher, when everybody leave, you can stay like with me, it would be Miss Goodwin. I could say, Miss Goodwin, man, I don't have no jacket. I'm in the 7th grade, and then she bring me a jacket. That's a private conversation.
Right.
So I get the word, be like, Charles, now, are you doing this? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I got you this. And it's between me and her, and when we go on. But now, like you said, it may not be that. But nevertheless, we had a whole opening segment about that. But man, the Lieutenant 3, he said something big.
But you know what? And I can concur with him about the fact that we used to travel. I can remember going to Preston and Okmulgee and Muskogee.
Man, wasn't that fun stuff?
Yes. And they would welcome us. We'd have food prepared and all of that, back in the day. I remember just those days of just looking forward, and church was all day. We were a Church of God in Christ. So it was all day. You go to your morning service here in Tulsa, we pack up, go down to Preston, we having church, with the Gambles and, it was just a all day thing, the Bagbies and,
Let me tell you something that end up happening. Don't y'all judge me because we just talking about church. Did you know everybody have a little girlfriend at each church too? Everybody got a little boy they like. True or false? Look at the look. Everybody got somebody they like at each church.
Right.
Because you're not doing too much because you just kids.
Right.
Yes.
But you're right. You be like, ooh, I can't go over there because you're going. But then a lot of people end up married with kids and still together today. Because church was together.
Yeah.
So church was church, and then church people was able to get together under the word and get married and have families and all of that. But I don't want to bring that up, but I see y'all guilty too.
Yes.
I did.
AJ says, Queen Damali, tell Lieutenant Sanders that I'll be dropping some things in the mail for him soon.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, back to the lecture at hand. But look, we love, but that the beauty of us, we love church, and that's why no different than club having fun. You see how much fun we had in church.
Right.
Yes.
And that's why we still with the Lord now because of our experiences. But anyway, Damali, so our topic today is creating opportunities.
It is creating opportunities. That is our theme today. And I'm going to give you the Wakeup's definition of creating opportunities. So creating opportunities means taking action to open doors for yourself and others to learn, grow, succeed, and achieve their goals. It's making a way for yourself and others to succeed. So that's the lens that we're talking about and we're speaking from today. So I think this is a great time to go ahead and do the feud because we have been on a tangent this morning, but you know, it's great.
Let's bring everybody together.
Yeah, let's bring everybody together.
And Stephen told me on the way in here, he had a note on the door said, "I got the crown, so don't try today." That's what he put on the door. Coming into the building, I'm getting the crown, don't even try today. So I'm like, man, I can't even participate. Well, you can get a trophy for participation, but the crown belongs to me. But Lieutenant Sanders and I got something to say about that, right?
Right, yes.
A little something.
Let's see what's going to be said and who's going to win the crown today. Who won yesterday? I forgot.
The winner yesterday was Prentice.
Was Prentice? Okay.
He came off vacation and took it. And he now ain't seen. But see, he don't surface until it's time for the feud. This is his part of like it. The
hosted time
by.
To shine.
Yeah, this is time to shine. Watch, he finna pop on. What's going on, Fred? Watch, he ready now. Let's go.
Okay, so here we go. Today's theme is creating opportunities because successful communities don't wait for opportunity; they create it. So we surveyed 100 people.
No, read that again. I just like how that sounds.
Today's theme is creating opportunities because successful communities don't wait for opportunity; they create it.
What that mean? You ain't waiting on the government. You ain't waiting on the state.
Yes.
You ain't waiting on the city. You don't wait on nothing. You create it because God made us as creators.
Absolutely. Something. So we asked 100 people these 3 questions and the bonus question. I'm going to give you the top 4 answers that they gave, and your job is to figure out which one of these answers is the number 1 answer that most of the 100 people gave.
And Damali coming from a spiritual space because she went to Drexel yesterday. She got with the pastors and she started singing. I'm like, you are not in the praise and worship team. She was doing all that. I said, oh God, Damali,
come back.
She said, don't mess with my praise. You don't know what I've been through.
Right.
But anyway, all of the 100 people she asked from Drexel when they had their prayer walk before they started school coming up soon.
So here we go. Question number 1. Name something that creates opportunities for people. Is it A, education, B, a good job, C, owning a business, or D, mentorship?
Education.
Okay, so that's A. Charles says A.
I'm just going to say the first thing come to my mind.
Oh, God.
I'm not getting caught up in all the shenanigans. I'm not looking at the fireworks today. What come to my mind, Sanders, I'm going to say it with my chest.
Uncle Brian said we ain't waiting on no government cheese.
Sure ain't. I had plenty of that.
All right, what y'all got?
A.
Sanders says A too. It's a blue and white movement.
See, there you go.
All right.
Go ahead and read it one more
AJ
time. AJ
says A.
For the people in the back.
Another blue and white. Uncle Brian says A. What you got, Steven?
Steven doing research.
You got A too? Steven says A. Richie says A. Who else got an answer? All right, y'all. We'll read the question one more time. Name something that creates opportunities for people. Is it A, education, B, a good job, C, owning a business, or D, mentorship? Dominique says A. Marquise, you need... Marquise and Prentice said read. Okay. Pearlie says A.
I told you. Prentice was sitting there like this.
Name something that creates opportunities for people. Is it A, education, B, a good job, C, owning a business, or D, mentorship?
It could be a trick, Lieutenant Sanders.
Yes.
You got to be aware of the tricks that Damali play. You got to be aware.
Marquise says A.
She will mess with your self-esteem.
I know.
And laugh about it. Be careful with.
Marquise says A. And looks like that might be all. Okay, so here we go. Name something that creates opportunities for people. Is it A, education, B, a good job, C, owning a business, or D, mentorship? So everybody said A. Nobody said anything different, and you are all correct. The answer is A, education.
The whole community done woke up, baby. We won't.
AJ said it's a community wake up, answer A.
Right.
It says education gives people the knowledge and skills to pursue careers, start businesses, and improve their lives. Learning opens doors. All right, so here we go with question number 2. If you wanted to help someone succeed, what could you offer them? Is it A, encouragement, B, a job opportunity, C, advice, or D, a professional connection?
Ooh, the shenanigans are
here.
Read that again.
If you wanted to help someone succeed, what could you offer them? Is it A, encouragement, B, a job opportunity, C, advice, or D, a professional connection?
Put some money in my pocket. Give me a job.
Okay, so Charles says
you can't
B.
do nothing better for me than putting, if I'm broke and I'm struggling, give me a job. I know that's tricky, huh? I know.
Yes,
but I got to go with
Steven says B.
Give me a job.
Marquise says D.
It's kind of like
Brian
if you
says A.
Like if somebody say you say, man, I'm hungry. Be like, well, I'm gonna pray for you. No, give me a sandwich first.
Right.
Then pray for me. I can't pay my bills. Give me a job.
Right.
I know Sanders right. He on to it. Look, he on it. He knows some. I know it's some
What you got, Sanders?
I want to say A, but
what you gonna go with?
Read it one more time.
Want me to read it one more time?
Yeah. Read. So you can get more confused.
If you wanted to help someone succeed, what could you offer them? Is it A, encouragement,
Yep.
B, a job opportunity, C, advice, or D, a professional connection?
I'm going to go with A.
You going to go with A?
Because they may already have a job. They're trying to do something else.
You're right.
Okay. AJ says D.
A connection.
A professional connection.
It's all of them.
Yeah.
This is one of them that is all of them, but which one that most of the 100 people?
Patricia Griffin, what's up, sis? She says C.
Patricia said, Charles and Damali, I'm normally not up like that. So if she's up, that means she got love for us, Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah.
She said, like, I'm up, but I'm not up.
Right.
What does it mean when black people say I'm up? I don't even know what that means. I'm up. You sleep? No, I ain't. Well, I am sleep, but I'm not asleep. But if you're talking.
Vicky and Richie both say B. Pearlie says A. Dominique says D. Prentice says D.
It's gonna be D. Watch.
What you say? A?
I said A, but
Elliot Lau says A.
Sanders said A with D on the side. Pratt said A too. So
yeah.
I said B. Read it again. Am I slipping?
If you wanted to help someone succeed, what could you offer them? Is it A, encouragement, B, a job opportunity, C, advice, or D, a professional connection?
I'm getting the person a job.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with A.
What we got, Damali?
So here we go. Question with answer. If you wanted to help someone succeed, what could you offer them? Is it A, encouragement, B, a job opportunity, C, advice, or D, a professional connection? Charles, Stephen, Vicky, and Richie, you are all correct. The answer is B, a job opportunity. One opportunity to work can provide income, experience, confidence, and a path to a better future. Sometimes one opportunity changes a life.
Give me a job. Put some money in my pocket.
All right, question number 3.
Sanders said he done threw a flag on the play. He done put the red flag. It ain't even, he think the Cowboys playing. He done threw the red flag out there. Like the red flag don't work on the wake up.
I threw an
You threw that pick 6?
Yeah. All right, question
I was trying to tell him, I'm like, Fred, look, if you come to me, if I'm going to help you, what can I help you more with? Man, I got you a job.
Yes.
You figure out the rest.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go.
Question number 3. Name something a community should invest in to create more opportunities. Is it A, youth programs, B, small businesses, C, workforce training, or D, affordable housing?
Woo!
Look, Sandra just started laughing.
Yeah, laugh like
this is crazy.
Tricks and giggles.
Right.
I don't even know. Like, what we doing?
Name something a community should invest in to create more opportunities. Is it A, youth programs, B, small businesses, C, workforce training, or D, affordable housing?
Workforce training.
Workforce training, you say C.
Yeah, if you
Charles
ain't got
says
no,
C.
if you ain't got no training, how you gonna get?
Charles all about the job.
I'm about the dinero.
Uncle Brian says D.
It's all about what the kids say. Racks on racks.
Mom says D.
What is D?
Affordable housing.
No.
Princess says C.
What is C?
That's the same thing you said. Workforce training.
Workforce training. Train them up. What the Bible say? Train the child up. Did the Bible even really say that?
Oh, okay. Let's go with A then, since you said that.
What's that?
You said train the child up.
Yeah. Okay. So Sandra says A.
Look, man. That's I'm A or C.
Donna says A.
I'm A or C. That's my.
AJ says C.
I'm A or C. So I'm. You going with A every time? Oh, you just said A. Sanders ain't saying nothing but A. He's stuck on A. Every answer been A.
Pearlie says C. Stephen says C. Vicky says C.
Sanders. You know the storm, the winds, and the rain.
Right.
Sanders doing like this now.
Marquis says A.
It's A. You.
It's either A or D.
No, it's A or C. If y'all saying D, you out of there. Who said D?
Uncle Brian and Mom.
Oh man, I don't want to say that because that's two veterans. They might be right. Read the question again.
It says, name something a community should invest in to create more opportunities. Is it A, youth programs, B, small businesses, C, workforce training, or D, affordable housing?
Yeah, it's A or C. So
all right, so here we go. Question with answer. Name something a community should invest in to create more opportunities. Is it A, youth programs, B, small businesses, C, workforce training, or D, affordable housing? And nobody got it right. The answer is B, small businesses. It says small businesses create jobs, strengthen neighborhoods, and keep dollars circulating within the community. When local businesses grow, the whole community grows.
as long as nobody else got it right, I'm 2-0. All I can do is get this bonus, and I got the crown.
Okay, so here we go. The bonus round, 5
Come
points.
on, ancestors. All I need is this one.
Okay.
What Steve got? He got two.
Steve, how many points you get?
Look at him. He like, yeah.
I got two.
I got one, so if I get this right, I'll be tied.
Yeah, right. Okay, so here we go.
Me and Steve going for the photo finish, baby. The photo finish.
Okay, so here we go. What is one way you can open a door for someone else? Is it A, mentor them, B, teach a skill, C, recommend them for a job, or D, introduce them to someone?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy
Richie
work.
said flag on the play.
That is a. Read that again. I had to answer and it slipped. It just slipped
What
away.
is one way you can open a door for someone else? Is it A, mentor them, B, teach a skill, C, recommend them for a job, or D, introduce them to someone?
I think introducing them to somebody.
Okay, that's D. That Charles says D.
I agree. I think introducing them to someone.
Sanders says D. What is one way you can open the door for someone else? Is it A, mentor them, B, teach a skill, C, recommend them for a job, or D, introduce them to someone?
Ain't what you know is who you know.
So somebody said teach a skill. Prentice, teach a skill, that's B.
That ain't it, Prentice. You going down today, baby. Going
Vicky
down.
says A.
What's A?
Vicky says A, mentor them.
Ain't no telling. We
Uncle
all
Brian, no. Whoa. Vicky says A. Patricia says B.
I feel confident in my answer.
AJ says D.
I feel the pieces of the crowns coming on my head now. I feel it getting into my scalp.
Brian says B.
Can you see it, Damali?
I know. Dominique says C.
She is not a friend. At least fool me.
Richie says C.
What did I say?
Said D.
You said D.
I see a D.
Says B.
Yeah.
It's C or D. It's C or D.
Yeah, C or D.
Can I do C and D?
Let's see. Who else? Oh, Steven says A.
Yeah, he crownless. The crown and the thrill is gone.
Pearly, Prentice, and Patricia all said B. All the P's.
Read it again. Make sure I ain't slipping.
Skill. Okay. What is one way you can open a door for someone else? Is it A, mentor them, B, teach a skill, C, recommend them for a job, or D, introduce them to someone?
I'm sticking with D.
Me too.
Oh, you done switched. I think it's D. It's not.
You
it's
changed,
not.
You changed your
it's
answer
not what
to
you
D?
know. It's who you know.
What we got? Steven goes from A to D. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, going once, going twice. All right. Question with answer. What is one way you can open a door for someone else? Is it A, mentor them, B, teach a skill, C, recommend them for a job, or D, introduce them to someone?
We going to break. Let's take a break.
No,
after the break,
we are not.
after the break, we're gonna get an answer.
No, we're not.
That's what they do on the movies.
We're not in the
It's called a cliffhanger. Let's leave them hanging, Damali. Take a break and come back. And we'll take a little quick break.
No.
Producer, we can't take a break.
No.
You don't want nobody to have anxiety?
No.
Let somebody have a little anxiety.
No, we're not. All right. So anyway, here is the question with the answer. Nobody's listening to what Charles is talking about. It says, what way can you open the door for someone else? Is it A, mentor them, B, teach a skill, C, recommend them for a job, or D, introduce them to someone? The answer is A. Vicky is the only person that got it right. Steven changed his answer. Yet again.
Give me this paper.
Yes.
We ain't going for this.
Steven changed his answer. He could have won.
The rabbit foot. He left his rabbit foot outside.
Man.
He left
You
with
had
the
A?
rabbit foot.
I thought about A, but what is A? What was A?
We don't
mentor them.
See, that's why I want to go to break so we can call our therapist.
It's because you said when you rise, you supposed to bring people up.
Yeah, so you mentor them.
You keep learning and you keep teaching them.
See, that's what I'm saying. So see, y'all, yeah.
Congratulations.
Second guess yourself.
Congratulations, Vicky. We ain't gonna read. No, we don't want to hear the rest of the stuff. We just want to say
Look, he
congratulations.
took my paper, so I can't even finish. So I guess we're going to break now because
no, go ahead and read it. I ain't gonna be no hater like that. I love Vicky. She love me. So go ahead.
It says a mentor can provide guidance, encouragement, and wisdom that helps someone reach their goals. So helping one person today can impact generations tomorrow. So the Black Wall Street connection is this. AJ is cracking up. It says the visionaries of Black Wall Street believe success should be shared. They created banks that financed entrepreneurs. They opened businesses that created jobs. They built schools that educated future leaders. They trained apprentices, mentored young professionals, and supported one another's dreams. Their success wasn't measured by what they accumulated. It was measured by the opportunities they created for others. They built a community where people could succeed together. So the bigger message is this: every day, you have the opportunity to open the door for someone, share your knowledge, recommend someone for a job, support a local business, or mentor a young person, and make an introduction. When you create opportunities for others, you create hope, strengthen families, and build a community where everyone has a chance to thrive. So the takeaway from this family feud today is creating opportunities means using your gifts, influence, and resources to help others succeed. The greatest legacy isn't just what you achieve, it's the doors you open for those coming behind you. So this morning's Black Wall Street Family Feud was brought to us by our sponsor, Build in Tulsa.
I can see Vicky dancing. Vicky, stop all this dancing. Vicky, stop all the dancing, because I can see her dance. I can all her moves, every move. I mean, all of them coming. I can see it in the spirit. Anyway, can I ask a question before we go to break?
Yes.
Because now is where the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
Here's the question, and on break, we looking for the answer. So don't y'all go out of, because you didn't win. Vicky got the crown and she gone. She running with it. Here's the question: who opened the door for you? Number one. So who along the way opened a door opportunity for you? A person's name. And number two is who did you open a door for?
Oh, wow.
Because now we're going to get to, well, we're going to see what kind of bananas in the pudding. We're going to talk about what have we done. So who, number one, opened a door for you that gave you an opportunity?
We're doing a quick commercial.
A quick commercial.
Yeah.
And then
coming
two,
right back.
Two is who have you opened the door for? We're going to talk about that after break on the Community Wake Up, because we about where the rubber meet the road. We ain't about just talking about it. We about action. We'll be right back. Congratulations, Vicky.
Yes.
Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charlton about to shut alive. We'll be right back, y'all.
That's a hard question.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Hey, turn me up, y'all. Turn me up. We finna let them know, because on the Community Wake Up, it's not about talking about it, it's about being about it. And we appreciate y'all tuning in locally, nationally, internationally on NYCU.FM radio station, where we play today's R&B and them throwbacks. We also live and syndicated on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about the Juice Radio Show, which is our youth program, where we allow high schoolers to come into the media space. So go see Uncle Bobby at 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. Uncle Bobby E to be in the building. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news that you can use. But y'all like Grandma on Table, and today it's the police report, because we all about community policing, baby. But after that, we also about who opened the door for you, but how did you pay that forward and open the door for somebody else? So if you're on the live, I know you had time to think about it. Who opened the door for you, and who did you leave the door open for? Is what we're talking about right now in this real quick segment before we get into the upcoming events. Damali, ladies first.
Yeah.
Who opened up a door for you that you can remember? And two, who did you open up a door for?
Chris Rhodes at Rhodes, Hieronymus, Jones, Tucker, and Gable.
That's a whole lot of people. Is that an Indian tribe?
No, it's a law firm.
Oh, okay.
Those are all the partners. Rhodes, Hieronymus, Jones, Tucker, and Gable.
It was a good door because you remember all of them.
Yes. That was the, so Chris Rhodes was the one who gave me the phone call and asked me to come over and start working at a law firm when I never even knew anything. I never even thought about working at a law firm.
Never even thought about it.
Never
He opened that door for
mind.
Damali. Didn't even know you. He wasn't your people. Y'all didn't go to school together, nothing. But for whatever reason, that's what God stepped in. You felt like it was a blessing. Was it needed?
Listen, because when he called me and said, hey, we want you to come over here for a job. And I said, I think you called the wrong person. I'm like, I don't know nothing about no law. I said that. And he just busted out laughing, thought that was the funniest thing ever. But yet I went over there and actually got a job.
You ended up with a career for 25 years.
Yes.
Working all the top legal firms.
Ended up going back to school and getting my degree in criminal justice.
Because Rose Capper and Gabriel and Ricky Smiley and Steve Hartman, Oprah. Oh, I forgot all them names. I had to go with something.
Rose Hieronymus, Jones, Tucker, and Gable.
My bad. Okay. He gave you a chance. Question part 2 to that question is, who have Damali opened up the door for?
So I ended up, because of that opportunity, then I started a study group and invited some people that I knew in order so that we could study for the CLA exam, the Certified Legal Assistant exam. So because of that, then 3 people that I know actually passed the exam and actually were able to become Certified Legal Assistants.
Ooh, that's a good one right there. I'm still putting my list together. And y'all on the live, don't y'all leave us hanging. Who opened the door for you, and who have you left the door open for is the question. Lieutenant, who opened the door for you, man?
I got kind of two-part.
Mm-hmm.
I know in high school, a coach driver.
Oh, yeah.
He opened the door for me. Reason why I can say that, because when I came to McLean and playing football, and I said, I want to play on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I walked up to coach, was doing some workout, and I said, hey, coach, I want to play on the line, but everybody talking about I'm too little. I ain't gonna. He said, when practice start, go work out with the line. I started 2 years over there. Well, which they gave me, the reason I said it, that's how I become a lieutenant thing today, because I never back down. You can tell me I can't do anything, and I'm still going to try.
You better, yes, come on. Yes.
You couldn't test you ain't gonna pass the test for lieutenant, you ain't not gonna be no supervisor. Some people told me I wasn't gonna be no police officer.
Well,
I was going to prove y'all wrong right now.
30 years later.
And I got that from him.
Yes.
And,
so your coach in college?
No, this is high
school.
McLean, the Scots.
Yes.
The stadium named after the driver stadium.
Yes.
At McLean. Yes.
Man, that's big.
Well,
right that's
but
historic too.
That kind of opened my door.
Mm-hmm.
And when you saying open doors, people, I got people in security, and a couple guys that made not our police department, but other police department, by just telling them, hey, you need to go down there and try and take the test. Go down there and take the training. I had a guy, he was like he worked in the store as looking for shoplifters. I said, man, if you're gonna do this, you might go and be a real security guard. I don't know how to do it. I said, go down here, they give you a training, it don't cost that much. And now he's security in schools and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that's the kind of doors I open up.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go 2-4.
Okay.
The second 4, you're gonna know why.
Yeah.
But first, I'm gonna go with I graduated from Langston in 2000, and I was gonna come to Tulsa because I was gonna work and then go to law school.
Mm-hmm.
Was a big reason why I came to Tulsa. I ended up not going, really, because it was a lot of work.
It
and a lot of money.
Yeah.
But then even more so than that, it was so saturated at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm making what I could start doing that. Then I looked at the political landscape of it. So I just pivoted and went this direction. But anyway, when I was coming here, I started working for the state.
Mm-hmm.
And my advisor from Langston, his name was Dr. Perecci. Because I was like, man, I'm a line staff. I done went to college all this time. I want a professional job. I want to put on the suit. And I just went into his office and he just gave me the job on the spot.
Wow.
But he gave me the job because of my leadership in college.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you was over NABJA. I seen what you did with the Sigmas. I seen what you did. So as soon, he just skipped everything. He was like, man, I know you're going to do good.
Right.
So he opened the door and then doubled my salary, and I got benefits and all of that. I got in my suit tie. Oh my God, don't give us an office with a phone. And a secretary?
Listen,
I am your huckleberry.
Listen, for me, it was an office with a window, baby. I had the office with the window, the phone, and the secretary.
Yeah, look, I was a juvenile justice specialist. We didn't need nobody looking out the window. I was at the Early Raider Center. Stay away from the windows at all times.
I worked at Raider.
Yeah, I was on ITP as a juvenile justice specialist.
I was a ITP too. I used to be a supervisor at Raider before I became a police officer.
For real?
Wow.
Cottage 3, Cottage 1.
I was on Cottage 3. Yeah. I was on Cottage 3. Yep.
My God.
Yeah.
Can I say something about Langston since you brought it up?
You can.
Langston is a door opener for me because I had a football scholarship at Southwest Baptist, Bob stayed up there a semester, and me and some buddies, we said, we're going to Langston. So I went down to Langston. We didn't put no application in. Just came down there. Before school started, showed up. Chevy Lawrence, he's passed away. Chevy Lawrence, he could put us to the side, and the school wouldn't release our paperwork. So and, they wouldn't give us our paperwork, so we went to school the whole semester
with no paperwork.
We got our stuff
the HBCU, baby.
At the end of the semester, finally got all our stuff. But they did not send us home.
Yes.
They did not send us home.
Yes.
And Damali, that's why
community, man. That's community.
That's why we shout out HBCU.
That's right.
Because the story is just like that.
That's
like, we stay here because if you adamant to be here and you're going to work, we can give you time to get it right.
Yes.
Versus being so rigid, because that could have put your life on a totally different journey if they sent you back home. Because what were you going to do for those 3-4 months? 18, 19 would have been rough.
I wouldn't have went back. I probably wouldn't have went back because
exactly.
They didn't let me go back. So I
would have been defeated.
Yes.
Shout out to
Tyson Thompson says, my barber mentor opened the door for me. He said, I went to 8 barbershops and they all said no, except the last one. Now I do the same for other people.
Yeah.
Then Vicky says, thank you. And yes, I can dance.
I told you I could see her dance. She didn't pull out all her moves with the crown on her head.
Right. And then Tyson also says, and barber school students got in trouble. I had to create a space to help them get back on track. Now, many of them are successful, but the rules told me to do otherwise. But rules are meant to be broken or are meant to be bent because everyone's situation is different. They just needed a little help.
Let me do my part 2 of the door open.
That's right. I'm sorry. I thought you
my part 2. So my part 1 is Dr. Peretti, because that was big. Because when you got your office, you got an extension.
No.
I would never let people call me on my cell phone no more. Call me here. My extension is. Why we want an extension so bad? My extension.
Right.
Oh man. So Sam, hold please. See, we get caught up.
Yes.
I don't know if I thought but that's part 1. Part 2, more recent. Uncle Bobby giving us an opportunity on the radio.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because it was something that I never thought about, never considered, never even dreamed about.
Nope.
But this light-skinned man with green eyes
came
in and seen something in me and Damali while we work hard. We wasn't even listening to him at first. He was like, yeah, y'all can do radio. He's like, yeah, right. What Bobby over here talking about? Charles and Damali, because Bobby will get your attention. Y'all listen. Bobby will do that to you. Get your attention. Then he wasn't like, we're going to fight us.
I think I ended up on Gutch Green yesterday.
Right.
You got bullied. Uncle Bobby bullied you?
Uncle Bobby said, stop writing and listen to what I'm saying. Y'all so disrespectful. I'm like, oh. What you say? He said, look, y'all guys are so great on the live. Y'all out in community.
Yeah.
And I think y'all would really do good on the radio.
Yeah.
And we were like, we don't have time to do. And then we was like, okay. And then JB was with us. And he was like, well, if y'all do it, I'll produce it. I was on the radio station for like 15 years. And we were like, okay, well, and so he trained us in 7 going on 8 years later. And you here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was an opportunity. So everybody listening in and all these millions of views we get, that was an opportunity that you never knew that we had. Somebody I gave an opportunity to. It was great. So when I left from graduation, I said, Mario, what you doing? He said, I'm going back to Funky Town, Texas. I'm from Fort Worth, baby. I'm gone. And he said, Charles, what you doing? I said, man, I'm going to Tulsa. I'm going to try to get into law school. He said, man, Dr. Peretti is there. Here's his number. He had Raider, right?
Yeah.
Mario go to Fort Worth. And now he coming back here, right? And guess what he need? A job.
Yeah.
Mario. This is Miss Wall. And he ended up getting a job. Same job I had.
Okay.
Working with me. We both got houses, got married, had kids. He's my daughter's godfather, and I'm twins, Caitlin and Kyra godfather. So that's that thing. Okay, back to the live.
Okay, Uncle Brian says several people opened doors for me, way too many to mention. And when I was a manager in customer service, I helped a few people to get a job at that time, and some of them are still there. Right. Patricia Griffin said Henry Bustry, but I can't see the last name, hired me at Shell Oil to work my dream job, and I was there for 18 years.
Ooh, that's big.
Maybe it's Henry Busby. Maybe it's Busby.
Busby.
Okay.
That is big. Your dream job, and you stayed there for 18. So not only did she get the opportunity, she took advantage of it. 18 years.
And that was her dream job. Come on.
1 to 18 is enough to be grown. At 18, you...
Miss Maybelle Wallace is watching.
Miss Maybelle, we miss you. How you been? You don't put Stephen on the stage play. He showed out too. Spent all on the floor. Got shot, came back.
Right.
Did Stephen die?
Did you die? Yeah, you died.
Don't kill Steven. See, that's why you ain't been on the show, Miss Maybell. You done killed our producer. Knowing we this, I'm going to bring him on here, but I'm going to kill him. Hold on. That ain't what we do with community. It's a young man. He ain't got a chance to live. Right. Steven on the stage shaking. I'm like, Steven, don't go. He said, I'm gone, community, to wake up. Y'all go home without Steven. Steven is gone. Get your tall 6'1" step up off the stage and come back to the show. Anyway, we just having fun.
All right.
Who else we got?
Uncle Bobby says, my grandfather, dad, and other community leaders back in the 60s and 70s opened doors for me. Giving back to this radio show has let me give back.
That's big. Good stuff. AJ.
Harash says, amazing and great show. AJ says, my mother, Miss Ella P. Dye Johnson, along with my stepfather, moved myself and my two brothers out of the state of Mississippi. I opened the door for Leroy Canty. And yes, he's a noob.
You got to add that in there.
I mentored him under my wing. Now he's married to one of our sisters, our Zeta sisters. He is in the high level over the drug courts in the country. He still checks in with once every week over phone. And Hart says, big fan, Damali, of your show. Thank you so much. He said, big fan of Charles.
Hey, appreciate it.
Just love your show. Tyson says, if we don't look out for each other, who will? Go Langston.
Let me add this too. And I'm not taking credit for their work. Not for that.
Right.
But when I move here, I know we got to do upcoming events. I have got in Tulsa and I was like, man, I would call my siblings and say, man, there's opportunities here. Mm-hmm. And so what I did is I was telling my sister, you should come here because she was working at Firestone, working hard. Mm-hmm. And I knew she wanted to do some other things. I got a U-Haul truck and picked her up and drove her here and put her in an apartment. And now my niece that came with her ended up graduating a year early, and she's now a doctor.
Yeah.
And my sister is now a registered nurse.
Right.
And they both living in Dallas. Mm-hmm. And my niece got her own practice. But I'm just saying, sometimes you see something good. Sometimes you only reach back to your own siblings or your niece or your nephew or nobody. Mm-hmm. But I didn't think about that till now. Because my sister, because you're going to be nervous about, because she be like, we in the country, we can't go to the big city. Yes, you can. And then my big sister recruited my little sister, T, that's not at Milo's in a high position out there. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying how a trickle down from you when you see some, keep reaching back and don't make, especially to your family and friends and colleagues. Reach back to who you can.
Can I give you a quick story?
Sure.
I know we run out of time, but we was at Lacey this week.
Yeah.
My police recruiter came up there. His wife was a Delta, and they had a table out there.
Oh yeah. They were doing voting, voter registration.
And I went up to the table and we was talking and stuff. And his wife said, "How long you been on now?" I said, "I've been on 30 years." And you a lieutenant? And I looked at him. I said, "Your husband the one snagging me up."
Yeah.
He's retired. He's been a chief of police over OU Medical Center in Tulsa.
Wow.
And he was a major when he left here. And I said, your husband is the reason why I'm standing right here with these bars on.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
A real moment.
Yes.
In community.
Yes.
Still making things happen.
Absolutely.
That's a good story.
So your brother says, Ronnie Thompson, he said, my computer instructor in college, I was in my mid-30s. He was so encouraging and motivating. My school history was a little rocky back in Bearden.
Hey, bro, you're right. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then he also said, Lily and I have countless opportunities to help many people over the years.
They do.
Yeah.
AJ says, love you, Uncle Bobby. Maybell Wallace said she's doing just fine. Awesome. And then Donnie says, I love Arkansas, so don't be trying to recruit me, bro.
Look, I was trying to recruit, but see, I must admit, man, my brother was like ahead of his time.
Yeah.
My brother bought a house. They was early 20s. I'm like, let me come stay there to make sure it's real.
Right.
But anyway, they were just really mature because he was in the military and structured, and I was living without structure.
Right.
So I'm an example of the hopper without structure. I got my structure later on. But my bro and his wife have always did great from when they was young kids. They didn't in school, I got pictures of them. They literally look like kids all the way through to now. So kudos to my little bro. All right. We got upcoming events and we got 4 minutes. And when we come back to you, we got to leave the people to post positive thought at the end because we did do the community police.
And we're going to run over just a little bit because there's a lot of upcoming events and we want to make sure that you guys get all of these. Okay?
So get a little music. Don't y'all go nowhere. Click share on the live because people say, Lieutenant, nothing is going on. And we're going to give you the good stuff going on. Some of the stuff is happening tonight.
Right.
So producer, give us a little music and we're going to get through it together. Share the live and share this information. Let's go, Damali.
Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be talking about expanding your influence. That's going to be our theme. So tonight we have the Oklahoma Eagle. They're hosting their District 1 Candidate Forum.
Yeah.
It's going to start at 5:30 tonight at the Oklahoma Eagle, which is located at 101 East Archer. So make sure that you are in the place.
Lieutenant, we need you to be there because it got hot last time at the Dream Center.
Oh.
The AC was on 60 and it was still hot.
Oh, man.
Because people throwing, it was,
Shots
people
was
came
fired.
for the smoke. Shots was fired.
Shots
So
was
I'm
fired.
thinking you being in there, cooler heads may prevail.
I'll bring
Yes.
an ice chest.
Bring an
Yeah.
ice chest
Yeah.
too. Bring, yeah.
Some popsicles, something.
Yeah, what you looking for tonight from these candidates, Damali?
I just want transparency. I want them to focus on what they plan to bring to District 1 and how they plan to improve and continue to build on the momentum that's already in place. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear all this bickering back and
shenanigans?
forth. I don't want none of that.
Lieutenant, what you looking for from a candidate?
Same thing, fair and like you say, fair and working with the community and come up with the right stuff to help the community out. That's what I want to look at.
I like that. I like that.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, the Spreading Hope Back to School Bash is happening August 15th. That's this coming Saturday from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at B.S. Roberts Park. Want to give a shout out to the 918 motorcycle riders for their contribution,
Yes.
as well as to Tulsa Big Wheels.
Yeah.
We appreciate our motorcycle rider community. I also the
Phoenix.
Phoenix District. They're
They
going to
did
be
a
pulling up.
1,200 bottled waters yesterday because it's going to be hot, but they're going to keep us cool.
Exactly. So this is going to be at 901 North Greenwood Avenue. There's going to be free food, free games. There's going to be backpacks and school supplies. There's also going to be free CPR, IEP, 504, and youth development and disability rights classes that are going to take place. Ramal, the hometown heat. Brown is going to be the MC. Registration is going to start at 8:30. Steph Simon, Carver Pom Pom, McLean, and Central Cheer are going to be on the stage. And just added is going to be the free Levitt Block concert series that's going to be partnering with our event, and they're going to be featuring Valerie Harding.
Yeah,
she's going to be
Miss
playing
Val.
at 12:45, I believe, is when she's going to be on the
12:45.
stage.
30-minute set.
Yeah, so that's going to be great. So it's going to be a big old party. Y'all, there are going to be 69 resource vendors.
I can't listen to you. You know why?
Why?
Because at this point, I'm at an HBCU. You hear the music?
Okay.
Can you rock with me one time, then go back? Because if you ever go to HBCU, you got to tune in on Friday. But you got to have the rock look. You got to do this. Then you got to do the double pump. No matter if you're black, white, green, or yellow. As long as you get the double pump, you can stay at the barbecue. But if you can't do that, you got to leave the cookout.
Right.
All right, Damali, I'm back too.
Okay, we back. Okay.
We back.
All right. Early voting is August the 20th through the 21st, from 8 o'clock a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. Then it's also on August the 22nd from 8 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at two locations. The Tulsa County Election Board, which is located at 12,000 East Skelly Drive. That's basically 11th and Garnett area. And then Tulsa Tech Center, which is at 4,000 West Florence in Broken Arrow. Don't forget that there's going to be a product pitch night that's going to be sponsored by Build in Tulsa, who is one of our sponsors right here on the show. Applications close on Friday, August the 21st. This funding is not a loan. There's no repayment, there's no interest, and Build in Tulsa takes no ownership in the company. First place receives $10,000.
10 racks.
Yes.
Is that what young people say?
Yes.
Is it 10 racks?
Yes. Second place is going to be $5,000. Third place is going to be $2,500, and the audience gets to choose the Choice Award for an additional $1,000.
They're giving away money, Lieutenant.
Giving away money.
I'm getting my pitch together.
So there's going to be a virtual session. Okay. There's going to be a virtual session on Tuesday, August the 18th. So don't forget, applications close on Friday, August the 21st. You don't want to miss out on $18,500 is the total prize that they're going to be having.
$18,000.
Right. Okay. Then next we have the Black Excellence Ball and Banquet presents the Johnny Ball Legacy Impact Community Give Back. It's going to be happening August the 27th at 12 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Reed Community Foundation, located at 210 East Latimer Place. They're offering free food, backpacks, school supplies, scholarship awards, free haircuts and braids for the girls, live DJ, and gift cards. There's also going to be a back to school event over at Oasis Fresh Market that's going to happen from 12 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m.
That's going to be Oasis South.
Oh, they changed it to South?
I told you that yesterday, but you be doing a lot.
Oh, I said
South.
North. Okay.
So we're going to be
Oasis
at
South.
Oasis South on the 22nd. Oasis got locations.
Okay, we going to the South side.
And we hosting DJ Gator is going to be on the ones and twos. Steven got this big hat, and he got diamonds in it. You don't know. Another thing I just want to add, the big showdown Friday, August 14th, 2 o'clock with Tulsa District 1 candidate incumbent Vanessa Harper, Reggie Williams, Mario Johnson, and your host is going to be Eli Grayson. This is going to be produced by KBOB 89.9 FM by Uncle Bobby Eaton. You can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and KBOB899.com. And you can also call in at 918-856-3873. Don't miss it.
And then we're also on the 22nd. There's a lot of stuff happening on the 22nd.
A lot of stuff going
so
on.
The Tulsa Empowerment Network is going to have their convening at 9 o'clock in the morning. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to have the candidates. So it's going to be a Meet the Candidates.
Meet the Candidates.
So all of them are going to be here. They're going to discuss their platform. They're going to have tables set up with all of their information so you can go over and actually talk to each one of the candidates and to ask questions about their platforms, because on August the 25th, that is election day.
Yeah, because what we're going to call our event is Leave the Smoke at the Door, because we want to learn more. Oh, I just made that up. My bad.
Oh, God. Anywho, August 25th is election day from 7 o'clock a.m. until 7 o'clock p.m. So, govern yourselves accordingly. You got plenty opportunity in community to make sure that you understand and are clear about each one of these candidates' platform before you take to the poll to make your decision.
This has been like the most interesting, intense race in District 1
been intense
since I've been in Tulsa. It's tight, y'all.
Yeah.
It's tight around the collar. So come out to the Oklahoma Eagle this evening so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But more important, we want you to vote and want you to be engaged, because the engagement is great.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget that the Tulsa Dream Center is having their back to school splash. It's going to happen on August the 29th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. at 200 West 46th Street North. They're going to have a splash pad, a foam pit. They're doing a slip and slide. They're going to have school resources for parents. They're doing free backpacks with school supplies, and the children must be present.
And here's the thing. We hosting, so we're going to be hosting and sliding. Hosting and sliding.
Yeah.
Hosting. We're gonna be hosting because I'm getting in the phone. We're gonna be hosting and foaming. But we will be your host.
Hosting and foaming.
Because we outside all weekend, but that'll be our final host we doing for the back to school bash at the Tulsa Dream Center. Shout out to Pastor Tim. Y'all make sure y'all come out. It's hot. So we're going to have a good time and give out school supplies and all the good stuff.
Okay, and then Sisters Walking for a Cure Breast Cancer Awareness Walk is going to happen at O'Brien Park. This is actually on Saturday, October the 3rd from 9 o'clock a.m. until 12 o'clock or 12 o'clock p.m. The reason we're bringing it up right now is because that the registration opens on August the 24th. So we want you guys to have plenty of time to go ahead and get registered. Why are they doing this? They're supporting Soul for Sisters, sustaining breast cancer survivors. It's going to be sponsored by the Paradise Chapter 97, Order of the Eastern Star, Oklahoma District 1. Registration is going to be $25 with goodie bags, $15 without. The event t-shirts are $15, and all of the proceeds go to benefit the Soul for Sisters, which is a local organization that gives sustaining support to local breast cancer survivors who are going through treatment and recovery. For more information, you can contact Jen at 916-583-0721 or KD at 918-855-3337. And then our last announcement is the We Build First Friday Market that's happening on September the 4th at 6 o'clock p.m. It is sponsored by Build in Tulsa, which is one of our other sponsors. It's going to be at 124 Reconciliation Way. And so we want to make sure that you guys know what that is. You can go to buildintulsa.com/events. And it's We Build First Friday Markets is what you're going to be looking for to give you all of the information about that. So don't forget, that if you are interested and want to advertise your business or organization on our show, you can go to nycu.fm, submit a request, and somebody from our office will get back in contact with you. And as always, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, affiliate, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with nycu.fm or KBOB 89.9 FM.
And if you want to support our work, go to World One, the one spelled WN, world1development.com. Hit that donate button because Damali and I out of money. I mean, these 1,200 backpacks and the food and watermelon and all these snacks and hot dogs and burgers, seasoning. Because people see black people, you got to give them seasoning. We got to get seasoning, all of that. So anyway, or if you want to cash out, World One Development. Nothing is too small, but big ones will be welcomed. Because the tab is tabbing.
Exactly.
But nevertheless, today,
we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, and we appreciate that in advance, and this is tax deductible. Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders, the police report. What's your final thought for your people?
My final thought is all these back to school bashes, everybody should have school supplies.
Man, right? They should be ready.
Yes. But school starting back, and, next week, I think, is Tulsa School starting back, I think.
Right.
And everybody be safe, begin to drive safe, slow down now. It's time to slow down.
Yeah.
Let's start working with our children and get them to control their anger and all that kind of stuff so they can stay in school. But that's all I have today. I want everybody to get ready to be safe for school starting back.
Yes.
What is the ticket in the school zone? If you speeding in the school zone, what's that ticket?
$1 million.
I almost want to say it's 5. I haven't looked at that ticket in a minute, so I think it's close to 500.
Close to 500.
Yeah, when you're in the school zone.
So that's a scary. I be hitting the brake and the gas. I be hitting it.
They like this, do something. Yeah.
But I it's like it doubles in a school zone when kids are active. So slow down. The kids are going back to school. Get on your brake. Just slow down a little bit. Damali, great show today. What's your final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Final thoughts. I agree. Let's do all that we can to make sure that we are supporting our students. Some of our students have a rough time and they struggle. And so we want to do what we can. And bullying is still prevalent. So we want to make sure that we are identifying that, because we don't want any of our children unaliving themselves because of situations beyond their control. Absolutely. So make sure that you come to these events so that you can get resources that'll help you identify problems, but then also solve those problems.
Just like that. Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles Damali. We'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day. Okay. Shout out to Uncle Bobby over there. Shout out to JB Smooth, Stephen Keys, our producer, Damali, and you, and to Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders have been rocking with us for 7 years. We got to go. Community Wake Up Morning Show. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Hopper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
Hey, we'll see y'all on tomorrow.